What's up, y'all? Uh, Thanks to the show getting posted online so late before my introduction, I got to share things doing my monologue. How silly is that? Well, anyway, welcome to episode 230. We got a lot to talk about today. We got Matt Ryan news. We got Freddie Freeman news again. Of course, we got the Elite Eight to talk about. What's been going on, B? Well, we got some NBA news. I think we had some heated confrontations in the NBA this week. Of course, more NBA and NFL transactions. I swear the NFL turned to the NBA during the off season, and more ML, more baseball news. Baseball on the way back. Baseball, football, basketball, and the NCAA tournament. All of it on today's show, episode 230. Red, Armani, and Coach, and Rev might make an appearance today. But anyway, let's get it started. I got more sharing to do now.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are live. We are live here on the Red and Real Sports Show on this Saturday. We have two people who are live from the ATL Shorty, and you got one who's live from Virginia in the form of Armani. He's here. I want to welcome everybody that's here because, as you know, we are.
Where's our music at?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the music. It's not playing. We still real sports athletes who have real sports knowledge.
Real athletes with what, Coach? Real sports knowledge.
There we go.
I get it wrong every time. I don't know why, but
every time. Get it right. And we've said this over 200 times.
200. But that's okay. We're moving on. We're live. We're here. I can go right now. First of all, I need to ask how everybody's doing. Is everybody okay?
We're doing fine. I'm just sharing the show. Make sure we get out to as many people as possible. But doing fine today.
100 grand. We all good.
And we're going to jump into my number 230 because this is episode 230. And the man I chose for 230 is a young man who's a two-time Super Bowl champ. He's a two-time rushing leader. He played back in the days, and not too far back in the days, but back in the days.
Oh, not Coach.
he was the running back with the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
And really the reason they won the Super Bowl, and that guy, as you all know, is number 30, Terrell Davis, whatever one you want to call him.
baby.
TD, that's what they called him. So that's who that is, TD, Terrell Davis. He is the man.
UGA, baby.
Yes, sir. He for UGA. And he played big time. He rushed for over 2,000 yards one year, which wasn't commonplace back in those days, but he was the man. He ran.
Now that's the type of running back the Falcons need right there. And it's the time frame too. You don't even just need to play 7 years for it. Just give us everything TD gave us.
We hope that they can find one that can give you
that
give you something.
He all he gotta do is scout correctly. There's plenty of players in this draft. You just gotta find them. No excuses, man. Because these next two drafts gonna tell me everything I need to know about IGM.
All right. Next, we want to welcome the nation, the Rev Night Nation.
Rev Night Nation, and they are here in full effect.
Let's see what they're saying so far. Joe Black says, hey, guys. He said, hey, goals first, but then he said, hey, guys. Welcome, Joe Black. Mrs. Sylvia Harris said, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to you, Miss Harris. Good morning. Harris said, good morning, fellas. How y'all doing? Good morning here. The VP in the building, slamming down the gavel to begin this fire session of TRRSS. A lot of R's and S's. Let's go. Vincent Woodruff in the house. Veronica Ross Parrish. Good morning, Miss Veronica. How are you today? And Vincent said, Terrell Davis, UGA great. All right. Vincent said he won fantasy football in '98 because he had two 2,000-yard rushes on the squad. The great Jamal Anderson. Oh, boy. And Terrell Davis. Wow. Jamal Anderson hadn't heard that name in a while except on the police blotter, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
And Harris said just want the Falcons to give us 3 great years of drafting. He said that's all he wants.
Yeah, that's do it.
That's it.
3 great years, and we'll be good to go. All right. Now, all right, fellas, we need our dope, nope, and coat. Dope, nope, and coat. What you got, Red, for dope, nope, and coat?
Coach, you breaking up now? Come on, we gotta have you clear now.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Remember you said no issues.
I hope not. Armani, can you hear me?
Coach.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, have mercy.
Can you hear me?
Armani, you still there?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
It's Red.
Red, you can't hear me? Red, you can't hear me? All right, Armani, give me your dope, nope, and coat.
Y'all, we sound chopping up. Come on, y'all get your audio right.
Everybody can hear me except for you.
Yeah, I can hear Coach.
That's okay. Red is gone, so that must be him. I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you my dope. You want me to give you all 3, Coach?
Just give me your dope right now.
All right, my dope would be Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith. They came out with a press conference about the whole Matt Ryan and Deshaun Watson ordeal, and I'm gonna give kudos to them. I'm doping on Terry because he stuck to his guns and he didn't tell all the details to the fans. Listen, guys, when you have a job like being a general manager, you can't tell the fans everything that goes on behind the scenes. Of course, we all want to know, but we have to let those guys do their job the way that they want to do it and the way Arthur Blank hired them to do their job. So we all get mad or, because we're not getting the answers we want, but they have to do their job. They can't show their hand before the draft. You know what I mean? So I'm doping on them for keeping their cool, keeping their mind open to a lot of things. It was crazy that they even traded away the Iceman, but we'll get into that later. But kudos to the front office for keeping their cool and keeping their stance on where they are in the organization.
All right. Good job. Good job. My dope moment will go to, once again, Aaliyah Boston. She not only had a double-double last night for South Carolina, she had a 20-point double-double. She had over 20 points, over 20 rebounds in her win against North Carolina. Big win for South Carolina as they move on to possibly winning another championship for Dawn State. So I give my dope moment to Aaliyah Boston for South Carolina. All right, what's your note moment, Armani?
I am an open on one Carolina Panthers wide receiver, Shee Smith, arrested on gun charges in Union County, South Carolina last night. I really don't understand these athletes. You know what I'm saying? You have a once in a lifetime opportunity and you just keep throwing it down the drain over guns, over drugs, just anything, any little thing, y'all just keep throwing it down the way, just flush your money down the toilet. Like, why? You got your whole career to play for just to go to jail over some drugs or some guns or whatever the case may be. So I'm hoping he can turn his life around and get back right. But right now, come on, man, you got to do better. You got to do better than that. You're an athlete.
It's absolutely ridiculous watching athletes with money throw away the money.
Just throwing it away.
You want street cred? You do something else with your street cred, first of all. That's stupid. You do like Shaq. Shaq got plenty of street cred.
yeah.
And he doing things in the community. All right, wait a minute. I think we got Red back. You back with us, Red?
Yeah, wait a minute. So y'all trying to say it was my audio that was messing up?
Yeah.
No, the Rev Nation said it was you.
Oh, man. I can't believe that. I thought it was okay. What have I missed?
Give me your
I'm ready.
Give me your dope moment.
I was ready from the beginning. What have I missed?
Give me your dope moment.
Oh
boy. Oh my goodness.
Hello?
We hear you.
We hear you.
I'm still coming in.
Red, they're gonna be coming for you, baby. You better
Yeah.
get it
Yeah, I
right.
think it is me, y'all. I mean, y'all coming in choppy to me. I'm just fine. Do I need to move? Do I need to move somewhere?
I don't know, but I mean, we can hear each other fine.
I don't know how I'm coming into the show. How am I coming into the show? Somebody tell me something.
We can hear you.
We can
Oh,
hear you.
have mercy. I look like I'm gonna be on the show today, y'all. I can't get no feedback.
I mean, we can hear you. I don't know if you can hear us. Okay, well, we're gonna have to come back to Red. Hopefully, he'll get it straight.
Come back to him.
My note moment goes to the referees in the Washington game, Washington Wizards game.
Yeah.
When Rui Hachimura gave a very emphatic slam on I forgot who it was, but he slammed on him hard. And then he looked at him, and then he left, and the refs gave a tech. I'm like, so you can't look at anybody now and you get a tech? It was an angry slam. He did a good one, but you know, then you want him a tech. I'm like, why? What did he do? He didn't push him or touch him or do it. So, but you know, hey, it's what it is. And these new age referees can't have any emotion anymore.
That's basketball nowadays, coach, man. Any little thing, you know, it's any little thing, they're gonna get you for it, no matter what. If they want to get you, they're gonna get you.
Yeah, it was kind of ignorant, but hey, it's what it is. All right, Armani, one last one, the coat moment. What's your coat moment?
I am coping with some of these Atlanta Falcons fans that's jumping ship to go be with the Iceman in Colts Nation. Listen, we're not gonna miss you. All right, we feel you. You know, we got rid of our franchise quarterback. We understand, but listen, if you want to go. You don't have to tell everybody you're leaving. Just leave. It's okay. We feel you. We understand your pain. It takes a lot to be an Atlanta Falcons fan. It takes a lot to be that, but you know, it's ridiculous. Stop announcing that you're leaving and just go. Thank you.
I'm sure some Falcon fans are like, okay, Matt Ryan is gone. And it wasn't funny, but it was interesting. The club, the Blue Flame, had a goodbye Matt Ryan party. Yeah. I said, what world is this? A goodbye Matt Ryan party? Are y'all serious? But that's what they do. I don't know why. I don't know what it was for, but they did it. So moving on, Lord, I couldn't believe it.
Me neither.
My coat moment goes to let's see, who could I think of? These guys that, and again, let me make sure I got it right. Let me find it because I had it. The Desean Watson story and the flyback from the Cleveland Browns fan. Why are you all upset that he coming? You got a better quarterback than you had before.
I don't understand.
You don't want him there, and you gonna stay with Baker Mayfield? Are you serious? You think Baker Mayfield the key to you getting anywhere? No. You can have a nice day. Hug yourself. And don't come back when Deshaun Watson start winning games. Don't come back. If you don't like him then, now don't like him then when he start winning. And you all get more notice because you're not going to get in the nose with Baker Mayfield other than your stadium being shown on a Progressive commercial, which I don't think they're going to do those anymore now since he's gone, but it's what it is. So, all right, let's see what the nation had to say. I guess Red will be back. I don't know, but we're going to find out. Let's go back to the nation. Let's see. Ellie Von Williams said, good morning, guys and sports fans. Good morning, Miss Williams. Vincent said, I can hear you, Coach. Woodyard throwing shade. Say it's Red. He also said Red must be under federal indictment They about to come in and get him. Cellular interference is the first thing they do.
Oh, they watching
Right.
it.
Harris said yes, he is wishing on some good stuff for the Falcons, hoping they do well. Joe Black said Red got the bootleg going on. Got to move on from cricket. Lord have mercy. Harris said the Falcons screwed it up with the cap and trading Matthew Ice. Said they lied.
Well,
Vincent said his dope moment. South Carolina Gamecocks has a black head coach for the basketball team. Really?
men's basketball.
Lamont? For the men's team. Wow. Big Woodyard said, my dope is the Indianapolis coach because they got a real good quarterback coming. I'll hold my reservation on that. We were talking about that.
I'm a whole. Yeah. Okay. There you go, coach.
Vincent said, great dope coach. I'm in Greensboro from the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. Aaliyah had 8 points and 22 rebounds. I think that is right on. Wait a minute. We do have a Red sighting. Please, Red. All right, Red. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you get straight there. There you go. All right. Maurice Thor said, good morning. Vincent said, nope. For Shy Smith. Call him an idiot. Okay. Maurice Thor said, dope. The magical run of the Peacocks from St. Peter, which will end soon. We'll talk about that later on. Woodyard trying to throw shade, Ray. He says always you. Woodyard trying to throw shade. Joe Black said, dope for St. Peter's as well. Harris said he's still a bird for life, still a Falcon. Joe Black said, nope, Falcon didn't get enough of Matt Ryan. Had they traded him a week earlier, they could have gotten at least 2 picks. Travis Henry, good morning, Travis. Travis said, glad Matt Ryan is gone. We're going to get into that later. Anita Bunkley, good morning, Anita. She said, I am watching. Good, thank you.
Not everybody watching when I'm having problems today. I have Wi-Fi. We got a whole audience in the house on the week I'm having all these Wi-Fi problems. Appreciate you coming, y'all.
Joe Black said, co-Falcons who aren't smart enough to realize that Mariota is only a stopgap. He's not the franchise. Stop being depressed.
Well, the smart Falcon fans are. It's the dumb, delusional fans who actually think he's some type of long-term solution. I know I probably need to go back and do my dope and open coat, but come on. I guess we got to keep it moving.
Big Woodyard Big Woodyard said, tell Red that's Coach Buzz and Jason Terry messing with his what he gonna say on them?
You know, for a guy who love a lot of non-Atlanta teams, you sure do like to defend a lot of Atlanta teams. Why don't you just come back home and cheer for the Falcons, Woodyard?
Maurice Thrower said nope on Reds, Morse code.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Come on with it. I can take it. This is my first time my Wi-Fi messed up. The first time in 229 shows. 230 shows.
Vincent said, Coach Red Rose downloading is a wonderful life. The Fed's about to break that door down. Sorry, we put so much on you. Oh, my
goodness. Yeah, he's some good ones, man. I can't lie.
He said, you better not be disturbing your mama. He said, let your mama be alone.
She upstairs in her binging right now.
All right, Red Rose about to chase away viewers. Vince is staying on you, Vince.
Oh, please. I'm bringing in viewers, partner. You know I bring in the viewers. Don't even play like that.
Dante said, good morning, Dante. Dante said Shy Smith had weed on him, not acid. Well,
I'm sorry. Who is Shy Smith?
The guy who plays for.
They got arrested for last night for
Florida.
South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina had a player get arrested.
The Carolina Panthers had a player get arrested in South Carolina.
Oh man. What was he at the tournament? No.
Ed Ross said, "Keep your head up, Red. Keep your head up."
Thanks. You just happy your Dolphins had some news this week. Thanks, though.
Yo,
Still
Black
ain't gonna
said
win
also Tyreek Hill moving to a quarterback that can't throw 25 yards. Talking about Tua. Oh,
That's for
Lord.
you, Eric. That's for you, Eric, what Joe Black just said.
Tua can't throw 25 yards.
Ah, you'll sit on money, y'all.
Okay.
Come on up.
Okay. All right.
I forgot. That's an Alabama boy.
Travis Henry, the organization said they could have gotten the haul for Matt, but instead they want to do right by Matt. He didn't have a no trade clause.
Thank you, Travis. That's what I was telling folks all week. They have a no trade clause.
Vincent talking about both are illegal, Dante, both drugs. He played for Carolina Panthers. And then he said, you redirecting your drone to Jacksonville, Florida. Why is that, Armani?
You need to redirect it over here to Atlanta, Georgia, and help my Wi-Fi.
No, Lord. All right. That was the nation.
Sorry, y'all. I missed my dope and open coat. I don't know what I would have added, but, maybe later.
If you want to add it, we have time to add it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. All right, y'all. Say, hey, man, I ain't gonna fight it. Y'all want to hear it? I told you. I bring in the views. I'm the star. That's right. And we 10 minutes in and y'all still want to go back to my dope note. So which one y'all want first, partners?
Dope note and coat. Dope note and coat.
Okay. I was doping on. I guess I doped on Trae Young. Anybody hit 700? You said that? Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody. Okay. Well, I dope on this. I'm doping on John C. Reilly and his performance as Dr. Bus in Winning Time on HBO. If you don't see it, if anybody ain't checked out that series, check it out. John C. Reilly is killing it as Dr. Bus on the HBO show Winning Time. I mean, I'm talking about Emmy-worthy performance, y'all. So check out Winning Time just to see John C. Reilly killing this Dr. Bus. And Trae Young, 700 three-pointers at your age, baby. Woo, we just might catch Steph Curry. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to see me on that day he passed Steph Curry. You think y'all bronze section was going to get crunk? Watch me on the day Trae Young passed Steph Curry for most three-point shots. Ooh, boy, that is going to be a red to remember. All right. What y'all want next? My note? Let's see. What am I noping on? Well, we're going to talk about the Miami Heat thing. I'm noping on Freddie. We're going to talk about that too. Ooh, Lord. All right. Oh, no. I got one we ain't topping on. Stephen A. Smith on football. Note for Stephen A. Smith discussing all football issues. Please, guy. I mean, they send these people on First Take to try to help you out, Stephen A. Smith, and you constantly still try to overtalk them. Stop overtalking your help, Stephen A. Smith. You don't know more football than Louis Riddick, Michael Irvin, what's the guy from Pittsburgh? Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark, yeah. You don't know football than none of these guys. You don't even know more football than Dan Orlovsky, okay, man? So please, Stephen A. Smith, he don't, coach, really, he don't. Please stop over-talking your football guests. Listen, Stephen A. Smith, note to you thinking you know more football than the guests that you have on the show, because you don't. So note to Stephen A. Smith on that. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm getting all fired up by myself. This supposed to be a group thing, y'all.
What's your coat moment?
All right, my coat moment is, let's see, which one should I use? Well, since we talking about the tournament, I ain't gonna get on Colin Kaepernick. I just say the West Coast has the coat with that. It ain't been no West Coast champion in the NCAA tournament since 1997, Arizona. What is going on with West Coast basketball? Lord have mercy. I mean, I know the East and the South dominate basketball, but Lord, I ain't know we dominated like that, Armani. I mean, no West Coast champion since 1997. West Coast used to dominate basketball. UCLA. I mean, what's the famous coach at UCLA? John Wooden. Come on now. Y'all ain't had a champion in almost 30 years, man. West Coast basketball is on the down slope, baby. You can't mess with the South. You can't mess with the East. We run basketball, baby. Oh, and we run football. No, Rams won the Super Bowl, so we can't talk about that. But we run basketball for right now.
I was football. College football.
Oh yeah, college football. That's right. That's right. College football and college basketball. You can't mess with us, baby.
All right. The nation
Now I'm
has
done, y'all. Now let's get back to our regular programming. I'm good.
some more comments. Eric
Uh,
Ross, Mitchell Trubisky, Eric. Don't bring that up right now. To be
Mitchell
continued.
Trubisky.
All
What you
I can
talking
say.
about?
To be
Oh,
continued.
Pittsburgh. You talking about you, coach?
Leave that alone right now. To be continued.
Yeah, you
Vincent
better worry about your quarterback.
I know. I ain't saying nothing. Joe Black was going off on tour. Lieutenant Sonar don't play with his Bama player. No, you gotta let that go, baby. You can't talk about Bama.
No.
Okay, Vincent said he hadn't watched the show yet. Looked like a great show. Winning time. He hadn't watched it yet.
Hey, wait, one episode in, Vince. It's all good. I think I'm gonna watch again. I like to binge a few. I don't like just watch one and then let it go. I like to binge a few.
Okay, Trey is bringing it, but Steph isn't going anywhere anytime soon. He'll continue to create distance between him and everyone else. That's
Yeah,
Steph.
but Trey gonna be playing in the NBA at least 5 years after Steph retire. You might have time to break it.
Yep, that's a fact.
Maurice said you having a 5 heartbeats moment. Chill, Otis. All right.
Like you had one when y'all got Tyreek Hill.
SAS needs to focus on his boo Molly Quinn.
Yeah, that's right. I think they got something going on for real.
No, that
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
That won't happen anytime soon. Stephen A. messing up that $8 million trying to mess with her. He ain't messing that $8 million up.
Good point, Coach. You're right. I think he definitely love his money more than any woman of his. So that's a good point. And Jalen gonna knuck him up, baby.
Red said to me and Armani, they didn't come to see you, Otis. Not Otis again. Let's see.
I didn't say nothing like that.
We know.
Vincent said, LOL, Vincent, that's funny. We ain't laughing at Mr. Bishop. Not right now. Be continued.
Yeah, they are.
We laughing at that right
Eric, stop trying to take over my show with your steal of hating.
We're going to leave that alone. All right. Now, let's go to this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me take that off. All right. Now, the Elite Eight. We now have 8 teams that are left in the NCAA tournament. You got a couple of shockers. And really more than a couple of shockers. You got several shockers in the NCAA tournament. And we're going to go through those games so that I can pull them up. Let's see here.
That UNC win. Woo, what a shock.
Yeah, they.
First of all,
it might be
boys a little nervous right there. I got to talk to y'all about your comments, bust your hands open or something. Y'all are very wrong. Okay, Saturday. Today, we got Houston and Villanova.
Over.
Then Arkansas and Duke. Give me your winners. Houston, Villanova, Arkansas, and Duke. Anybody go first?
I'm gonna go Villanova. No, I'm gonna go Houston. Then I'm gonna go Duke. Houston. I mean, they do well with the 3-point, but I just don't think they die from it like Villanova does. Villanova can get going with them threes and they get them out of the game. So, Houston, they can play, good regular basketball too, not just from the 3-point line. They can box you up. They can do what they want. So, I think Houston's gonna give Villanova today. And then Duke, just because it is just a fairy tale story that they let Coach K go out on top. And I just don't see Duke losing until the championship game. So I just don't see it. So, yeah, I'm going Duke and Houston.
Okay, Red.
Well, I definitely second Armani's comments with Duke. Ain't no way they getting beat by no doggone Arkansas. Arkansas shouldn't even have won that game, man. How the world Arkansas getting the Elite Eight? They definitely ain't beat no Duke. So Arkansas, I appreciate that little locker room party y'all had, but it ends today. Okay, Duke is different. Coach can't get beat by no Arkansas. I can promise you that. If they get beat by Arkansas, them Duke players ought to be run out of wherever. What's the address in Duke? Durham, North Carolina.
Durham, they're in Durham.
Yeah. Them Duke players are had their scholarships revoked, run out of town if they lose some doggone Arkansas in the Elite Eight. Now, as far as Houston and Villanova, who did you say, Armani? You said Houston, or you say Nova gonna get it?
I say Houston because Nova will die. They like to die by the three. And I think Houston can play a little bit more post game than they can. Not just hit the three. Houston can do all of it.
I definitely like Houston's size more than Villanova's size. But man, Villanova's coaching but they fundamental basketball. I mean, if Houston come out there and they have any lulls, if Houston have lulls during the game. If you let Villanova go on a run, Houston gonna look up and they're gonna be buried, okay? And I love Coach Sampson. I love Houston's toughness, they grit, but Villanova, man, they are here to bury you if you go on any offensive lulls during the game. So yeah, and Houston gonna keep it pumped up and exciting during the whole game. Yeah, they got a chance. But if they offense take any stretch of the game where they go, have a little scoring droughts, 2 or 3 minutes and no scoring, man, Villanova is going to eat you alive. So as long as you don't have no huge scoring droughts, Houston, you might be fine. But if you have any huge scoring droughts, I think Villanova and their fundamental basketball, they definitely going to shoot you on threes. But guess what? They can get you with that mid-level game too. They take mid-level shots. So, hey, they just a team full of good shooters, offensive coaching, and if Houston to have any scoring droughts, I like their defense, but you have any scoring droughts, Houston, and you're going to look up and you're going to be going home. So I think I'm going to run with Villanova just because I don't trust Houston. They have too many scoring droughts, and I think it's going to be Villanova and Duke for this today.
All right. People say Duke, they'll use that phrase, Duke is a team of destiny. Well, I just say this about Destiny. Destiny is a girl I met at a club one time, so I don't believe in all that. Duke is not going to win this game. Duke is going to get beat by Arkansas. I can tell you right now, Arkansas plays much better defense than people imagine. They put pressure on you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, they play Eric Musselman. They play defense.
They're going to be all over Duke, and I don't think Duke is – you talking about a lull? They have lulls sometimes too when they play.
Oh yeah,
They drift off into Arkansas.
Never land.
Arkansas only allowing 62 points a game, so they're gonna slow you down. They're gonna make you play that game. Now if Duke can come out and jump on them early, maybe we got something. Arkansas averaging 7, almost 8 steals a game too, so they're gonna put the defense on Duke. And I say party over for Duke now. Villanova and Houston. It's going to be Villanova because the mob is connected with Villanova and the mob rules, and the mob is going to take over, and they're going to say, hey, goodbye, Houston. Thank y'all. They're going to give them an offer they can't refuse. Godfather, Goodfella style. Jay Wright going to have his hair slicked back. Party over. And Villanova is going to beat Houston. Sorry, Houston. Villanova has the backing of some very influential people with mozzarella on their breath. So
I hope they're not watching the show because we ain't trying to get them any shout outs right now. So hey, if y'all watching the show, that is Patrick Thomas, and get his address. I have nothing to do with that comment. I am completely out on that comment because they ain't hunting me down.
Right.
Well, hey, I love Godfather. I love Goodfellas. So hey, I'm y'all partner. Red is y'all friend. Okay.
I love God. All right, now in the other 2 matchups, you got.
We talking about Sunday.
Miami playing Kansas. The Darlings of Peters. Playing my Tar Heels. Who wins those 2 matchups? Miami and Kansas. Excuse me, and St. Louis and North Carolina.
I guess I'll go first with this one. All right, we got the Cinderella St. Peter's. Coach, where you at?
Oh boy.
No, he's still there. Coach, you there?
We can't hear you, Coach.
He'll come back. All right, well, anyway, we got the St. Peter's versus North. Can you hear me, Armani?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. St. Peter's versus UNC. Man, St. Peter's been on the roll lately, man. Oh, man, they've been on the roll. But, man, they going up against UNC. I don't know, man. I think the train might stop here with coaches UNC boys, man. I don't really know what happened in the game against Purdue. I know they won by 3. So I'm not really sure what the dynamics of that game was. But if you're barely beating Purdue, I know UNC gonna be pumped up because like somebody said, UNC they see Duke and they path, and that's who they coming. That's exactly the team they want to play again. So come on, coach, get in here, cause I'm telling you what your UNC boys trying to do. I know. Oh Lord. Anyway, this was for coach. Coach, get back here so I can dog your UNC boys out. Anyway, they gonna win today, but we know when they go up against the next team, that's gonna be the game right there because that's who they looking for right there. They try and get their 4th game with Duke this year. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the next one. If Duke take care of business and they take care of business, it's going to be UNC and Duke for the Final Four. And boy, you talk about ratings. So best believe that's what everybody wants to happen. So St. Peter's, you had a good run, but I just don't see you messing up this upcoming UNC Duke matchup. You hear me, coach? That's who y'all looking to play. You want to play Duke next week? Well, St. Peter's is in the way, and I know nobody gonna let St. Peter's beat UNC to mess up that UNC Duke matchup, which will probably be one of the best tournament, probably be the one of the highest rated and best tournament games we've seen in a while. So ain't nothing stopping that train. It's gonna be UNC and Duke for the Final Four, which means UNC got to beat St. Peter's. Bye St. Peter's. Love you Peacocks, but the story ends here.
Yeah, I second that, Red. St. Peter's, they've been dangerous, but they're not ready for North Carolina. They're not ready. Oh, look who came in.
Oh, so that's what was messing with Coach's Wi-Fi.
Okay, what's up, Red?
What's going on?
No, but yeah, this the end of the road for St. Peter's, man. I just don't think they've done enough to get to where they at, but North Carolina gonna be too much for them, man. I'm going UNC.
No sound, coach.
No sound, coach.
We can't hear you, coach. I know you're over there slurping Caleb Love, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, it's on mute, man. All right. So who you got, Red?
I'm taking UNC, and as far as I didn't get a chance to talk about Miami and Kansas, but I'm going surprisingly, I'm gonna roll with the Hurricanes for the upset. I don't know why. I'm just rolling with the Hurricanes for the upset. Kansas, this is the time of the tournament where they usually get put out. You know, they make the run all the way up into this far and Elite 8 or Final Four. Sometimes they get put out in the Sweet 16. So since Kansas made it to the Elite 8 and the Miami, they playing with a little Cinderella fire too, even though we all shocked that the Hurricanes have made it this far. Hey, why not pick them? I mean, ain't nobody thinking Kansas going to the championship. So I'm taking Miami in an upset over Kansas, and I'm taking UNC to just straight out beat St. Peter's. That ain't gonna be no upset, but Miami gonna upset Kansas. I hope just to see what Maurice and Eric and all the Miami fans got to say. You know, they gonna start getting all pumped up just so they can be disappointed in the Final Four.
That game between St. Peter and North Carolina probably be closer than what people think, even though I think UNC will probably win, and I think they're on a collision course with Duke. I think that's the most poetic way for Coach K's career to end, to have a UNC Duke matchup. That would be great to finish off his career. But don't sleep on St. Peter. They have depth. The key for UNC, the big boys, and that's Babcock, he got to play big. That's why Purdue lost last night, because they had 6'10", 6'11 guys playing like they were 6'3". You know, and that's the downfall of the game of basketball now, where big men don't know how to be big anymore. You know, those guys are real soft in the paint. There's absolutely no way that a 6'6", 6'7 guy, even with length and athleticism, should be able to guard somebody 6'10", 250, 260. If they knew what they were doing down low, Purdue should have easily advanced to the next round. And I think that's going to be the key for North Carolina. The big guys are going to have to be big. What's up, fellas? Glad to see all of y'all. Appreciate the love. And if they don't play big, St. Peter's going to beat North Carolina. If they don't play big, don't expect Caleb Love to have the type of game that he had in the second half, because those guards for St. Peter can defend, and they're going to be up in this stuff.
I was shocked he had that type of game in the second half.
Yeah,
25 points.
Yeah, he just balled out. But I don't expect that kind of game against St. Peter's guards, because St. Peter's guards can defend. The big guys are going to be the difference in this game.
It's on you, coach.
No sound, coach. We still don't have any sound.
Just sound.
We got a good picture, but no sound, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. All right, man. It looks like it was meant for me to DJ then once I came in.
I tell you, you came in and coach this stuff just completely shut down.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Thank you, Miss Yvonne. All right, so Armani, did you give your Miami pick? Who you got, Miami or Kansas?
I'm not gonna go with this fairy tale story of Miami upsetting Kansas. I just don't see it. So yeah, I'm going like Kansas, man, because it's just a long shot. I mean, it can happen. I mean, anything can happen, but it's a long shot. Kansas got too many good shooters. Miami don't have enough offensively to keep up with Kansas, so I'm going with Kansas.
All right. I think I'm going to go with Kansas as well. They have veterans, and I think the veteran leadership of Kansas and Bill Self has already been there, done that as a college coach. I think that's going to be enough to propel them to victory. And you know, Kansas ought to be glad because their top two players yesterday, I think, combined for only 11 points, and they still won. So that shows the depth of a team when your top two players only score 11 points and they still win the ball game. So I think Kansas will be the only number one seed that will be represented in the Final Four. I like Coach Larinaga for Miami. He's the coach that took George Mason to the Final Four before he went to Miami. So, you know, he's been there, done that. Would I be surprised if Miami wins? Absolutely not. But I don't think they'll be beating Kansas to go to the Final Four. Now, Coach, do you have sound? You still don't have sound, man. What we need you to do, man, is just shut down your laptop or whatever device you're using. Reboot all the way, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Real came today, man, because what? You said you were ready. What be happening to your Wi-Fi, Coach?
Coach had that Armory Coach's Wi-Fi that caught the roll.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Hey, Armani, real quick, man, make your camera horizontal, man.
Horizontal?
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
Instead of vertical, so you be shown more on the picture. There you go, man.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, just lower it a little bit. Your fans want to see more of your face.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Right.
Guys, what happened to Gonzaga? That's a great question, Miss Williams, Miss Ellie Von Williams. All right, let's even talk about it. Let's talk about it. Is it time now for Mark Few, the head coach of Gonzaga, to be under the gun? Last year they lose in the championship. They were considered the favorites. They were the number one seed coming into the NCAA tournament this year. Choke. Didn't even make it to the Elite Eight. Is it now time for Mark Few to be under fire? What say you?
Yeah, but it's big time. I mean, if the goal in Gonzaga is to win rings, man, they ain't doing a good job of it. But, I mean, the question you're going to ask is, do you have anybody solid to replace them? Because you hate to get rid of them, and then the entire program just go down where they're not even making a tournament, or, you know. So, I mean, should we expect more from Gonzaga? Yes. should he not be given a pass for all these losses? No, he shouldn't be. He should not be given a pass. But if you're gonna make a change, you gotta have somebody solid to replace him. But he is getting up in age now. You definitely want to look. Maybe you want to look for somebody that more younger or solid. I don't know exactly who, but that West Coast basketball, you probably need to get somebody who was pretty dominant in West Coast basketball to come and probably bring a change to that program.
Armani, you share Red sentiment, or you got some other thoughts?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, man. I mean, like Red said, if your goal is to win championships, you've been coming up real short, man. You looking real what's that NFL coach? You looking real Kyle Shanahan-ish right now. Get to the playoffs or even get to the big game and come up real close, but you can't finish. So, it might be time. It might be time. But the thing is, it's like Red said, who you gonna replace him with? That's the hard question. Who was there to replace him with? So, if you have a plan to go ahead and get him out of there, yeah, why not? But if you don't have a plan, just keep him until you can find a true successor for him, so it can be a smooth transition and you won't miss a beat. And then, you can continue on to win.
All right. I have to agree with both of you all's assessment. I think if Gonzaga were in a Power 5 conference, then he would be gone because to replace him would be a bit easier. But you don't have a lot of coaches that are as good as Mark Few who would be willing to go to Spokane, Washington to coach a basketball team in an inferior conference. So, unless they have a coach on his staff that's ready to go, but sometimes coaches on the same staff as a coach you may let go may not feel comfortable being the head coach because they're loyal to the guy who they used to work for. So it's not an easy situation, but I think Mark Few needs to come under much more scrutiny because he's had some loaded teams and they have fallen short. They got embarrassed against Baylor last year in the national championship game. They get beaten by, they get beat this year. And it's just, unfortunate that they have fallen short the way they did because everybody was looking forward to a Gonzaga Duke matchup to go to the Final Four. But you will see if Gonzaga can bounce back. And I guess the real question will be if the big boy, Slim Jim, I forget his name, number 34, 6'10", but 190 pounds, if he's going to come back or not.
Holmgren?
Yeah, Holmgren. He better come back. I mean,
they kept saying him, I thought that was Mike Holmgren's son, but the way his slender body, I don't think that anymore.
Nah, they not at least immediate relatives.
Yeah.
Because as Coach would say, he needs to go on that Golden Corral diet. Because that.
Coach, can you hear us?
I can hear y'all.
All right, we can finally hear you. Thank you, sir. All right.
So this is 2 in 1 day, 2 issues in 1 day.
All right. Well, let's get on with the show, Coach. Your thoughts now. Tell us why North Carolina is going to beat St. Peter.
Man, because they better than they are. That's not. No.
Go ahead. That's what you're thinking anyway.
Coach smelling himself now. Look at him.
No. Baycott is going to be a difference tonight. Baycott is going to have possibly his best game tonight against St. Peter. I watched. He's going to step up as a big man should. The only thing he needs to learn how to do, hopefully he'll get it right, is shoot free throws because he's Shaq-like from the free throw line. So, but if he can establish himself down low, St. Peter's will be in serious trouble. And if Carolina extends that defense, St. Peter's will be in serious trouble.
Well, the main thing North Carolina better do is be in control of the game. Because if that game is close, you already know who's getting the calls at home court advantage. It's going to be that team from Jersey City who's playing in Philadelphia, not far from Jersey City.
Yep.
Well, North Carolina better get control of the game at the beginning, or it's going to be possibly a long night for them. But I will say this, I'm happy for Hubert Davis.
Yeah.
Because a lot of North Carolina fans were questioning his hire. And now you can't really question the man in his first year taking the team to an Elite Eight. Now, last thing with this, coach, and then we'll get your Miami, Kansas prediction. Does the season sour if North Carolina loses to what some may say an inferior St. Peter's team?
No. First year coach playing with these guys. He learned that. What really made him step up and everybody started saying, okay, he can coach. After Duke destroyed them in North Carolina, that's when the Boo Birds started coming out like, oh, Lord, he can't beat Duke. And then he came back and beat Coach K on his night in his stadium, and everybody saying, okay. And then he started moving on, and every time he wins, he gains more followers. So I don't think it's going to sour. It may hurt a little bit because St. Peter beating everybody else. So, it's just going to be the fact that he's doing this good a job in his first year, and he's getting some good recruits in, so he can't go anywhere but up as long as he continues to keep playing. But I just think, like you said, close game you don't want. They want that start they had against Baylor. They don't want any 2-point game with three minutes left, or they're going to be in serious trouble.
No doubt about it. Kansas, Miami, who you got, coach?
If Miami plays the defense they've been playing in this tournament, they're going to beat Kansas. Over the past few games in the tournament, Miami has 7 turnovers. They as a team against other people against them 37. So they play defense like their hair on fire. So Miami can pull the upset off. Will they? No. Kansas is going to squeeze by them some kind of way. They're bigs. If we go to the bigs again, they're going to get involved, and they're going to take care of that defense, and they're going to establish themselves, and Kansas is going to win.
All right, so real quickly, so everybody's on the record, who's your Final Four, Armani, next week?
I have North Carolina. Hold on, I wrote it down. North Carolina, Kansas, and Houston and Duke.
All right, who you got your Final Four, Red?
Duke, Nova, the U, and UNC.
Coach, your Final Four.
Look like going to be all blue bloods. Nova, Duke, Carolina, Kansas.
Yeah, I'm going to go with your Final Four right there. Nova, Duke, Carolina, Kansas. And I tell you, if that is the Final Four, Nola's going to be rocking and rolling because you got blue blood teams who all have championship DNA. That's going to be a high price ticket to go to that Final Four right there when you got, 3 big blue bloods. Villanova's a smaller blue blood. But anytime you got Kansas, UNC, and Duke, my.
Ooh.
That's the best thing that can happen to college basketball because as we get ready to shift, y'all can feel free to share your Final Fours if you want to, Rep Night Nation. The one thing that I'll say is this. People are watching March Madness because of the stakes that are involved, not because of the gameplay, right? Because the gameplay is not that good, but because of the stakes that are involved with one and done. And if you lose, you're out of there. That's what makes March Madness what it is, because that doggone ending with St. Peter and Purdue, I would have never watched that during the regular season.
No.
But because of the stakes and how you knew one team was about to go home, man, that was an excellent game to watch. And then also March Madness got in their favor, folk bet money. Folk have brackets. Folk have challenges. And that's why folk are watching this thing in droves. All right.
Study depth is always the best.
I know a dude who may be looking for the Purdue coach because he showed his ticket. And on his ticket, he had 7 winners. but Purdue let him down at the end. So he may be looking for Purdue as we speak. I mean, he could have made a good $200,000, and he's hurting right now.
Wow. All right. If y'all don't mind, man, I'm gonna just make a quick audible real quickly because we're gonna get ready to go to halftime. But let's deal with two quick topics before we go to halftime, and I'll make the adjustment. Y'all forgive me for making some changes on the fly because I'm looking at the time. New York vaccine mandate lifted. Your thoughts about that real quickly? That means Kyrie Irving will be able to play all games. Are the Brooklyn Nets the favorites?
Well, oh, you want to go first, Coach? Go ahead.
Oh, it don't matter. Basically, I said no. You know, I don't think they got enough chemistry together to win it all. You think they can develop it in the next few games? Maybe. But I just don't see them being consistent going to the trying to get to the championship. I don't see the consistency there. One game you score 30, next game you score your supporting cast doesn't help you. Then when the supporting cast help you, you don't do it. And I just don't see that consistency because you got teams like Philly, Boston, those kind of teams who are one game out of first and ready to try to win this thing. The Bucks. I don't see Brooklyn. Next year, bring the Bucks, bring Brooklyn back. No mandate. And as everybody knows, the mandate was money driven because it was lifted. Everybody knows that. Come on, no need to try to debate that. But I don't think they're ready yet.
All right, Armani, your thoughts?
I'm not gonna say they're the favorites, but they'll be one of the teams up there. It depends on who they have to play first. I think if they have to play Miami or Philly first, then I don't think they'll win any of those series. But
well, that's who they'll have to play because they're in the play-in.
And honestly, I just for some reason it's just come playoff time, Kyrie. I'm not saying he goes ghost, but what I'm saying is that for some reason when he's on a team that's not LeBron's in the playoffs, he's not in it. It's not. I mean, I'm not saying he goes ghost, but he's just not there. So with that being said, then I just don't think that circle that the roster that they currently got can win a championship because of the fact that Kevin Durant he'll have a hot and cold game in the playoffs, and Kyrie have a hot and cold game in the playoffs. So it just depends. I mean, I don't see them being the favorites. I still think it's Milwaukee or Philly, but hey, I could be wrong. We'll see.
All right. Red is on the show and he's commenting. Come on, man. You on the show. Keep your camera up, Red. Keep your camera up, man. Stop trying to comment with the Rev Night Nation. Your head is cut off. Fix your camera. Lord have mercy.
I'm here.
Yeah. Bring it down some, man.
All right. Hold on. All right.
Yeah. We'll hear you.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Well, man, I had so much energy when this topic first started. But we all know that the only reason Kyrie is gonna be playing is because the Yankees and the Mets have started back up again. Kyrie better thank God baseball has started back up, but he might not have been playing. But anyway, now that he is playing, they play the Miami Heat, man. With all that drama and turmoil, we're gonna talk about it earlier. That might be a good matchup. I know this. I know Philly definitely don't want to see Brooklyn in the first round. But the way it looks now, it looks like if the Brooklyn make the playoffs, they'll be the AC, and more than likely they'll probably be playing the Heat. I don't know if I trust the Heat versus Brooklyn right now because we all know Brooklyn will be playing for something. They may not get put. I understand what Coach and Armani is saying about the team, but I don't think they're not gonna fight to get in the playoffs just to get put out the first round. Now when you come to that second round of the conference finals, then we can start talking about the toughness and physicality between Kyrie and Durant. But I think no matter what, Brooklyn will be ready for that first round series, especially if it's against Miami. Will they win? Man, that's gonna be that remains to be seen. We're probably gonna have to revisit this question right when the playoffs start again, because I need to see how this next week go. Because Miami Heat had such a tumultuous week this week. I kind of need to see how they kind of bounce back in a few more games. But they won last night, so. But I do think it's gonna be Brooklyn versus Miami. And ask me when that series is about to start what I think about it.
Brooklyn.
Well, I think actually that's a bad matchup for Brooklyn because Miami, they have been a well-oiled machine all year long. And then the type players that they don't want to play against are hard-nosed players. You got to think about it. Miami got those dogs. You got Kyle Lowry. You got Jimmy Butler. You got my man who got traded to Milwaukee. And now.
Yeah, PJ Walk. I know you're talking about.
PJ Tucker.
Tucker. He the one that picked up the clipboard.
and remember, KD saw a lot of PJ Tucker in the Eastern Conference Finals. You got Jimmy Butler, who don't mind going after Kyrie, or Kyle Lowry ain't gonna back down. So that's a matchup of mental toughness. And because Miami has been playing together longer, because Brooklyn got to still work out their rotations and all of that stuff. That's a tough series, because that's why I was talking with Coach earlier. That's why I don't like the Lakers, even with Anthony Davis, because they don't have their rotations set. You can't sit up there and not have, any fluidity going into the playoffs and think you're going to beat a team like the Phoenix Suns in the first round.
Yeah.
It just ain't. It's just not going to happen. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see. If Kyrie can stay healthy, because one of the things is the more games he plays, more susceptible he is to injury, and we know the injury bug will get him constantly. Because he could he could have the same nickname as Charles Barkley gave to Anthony Davis, street clothes. Because Kyrie spends a lot of times in street clothes as well. So we'll see what happens. Real quickly before we go to halftime, Red alluded to this. The Heat in Miami. We know that Udonis Haslem and Jimmy Butler had a little issue, and Butler had an issue with Spoelstra, the head coach. So is that something to be concerned about, or that simply is already passed over? What are your thoughts? Since you brought it up, Red, you go first.
Well, I tell you what, it was very entertaining to watch this week. They gave me a lot of laughs. It remains to be seen. Now, one thing we can say about Jimmy Butler is, man, dude sure do know how to wear out his time in places, man. I mean, Chicago, couple of years there, time to go. Minnesota, 1.5 years there. He spent a little bit more time in Chicago, but when he finally became the type of player he is, it was about 2 or 3 seasons. It was time for him to get traded. Minnesota, 1.5 years, he gone. Now he in Miami. It's been maybe 2.5 seasons. Man, dude, I don't know if it's just his personality or something, but he's just not a long-term type of guy. I guess that's what I'm kind of getting to, man. It's like you have him around for a while, but after a certain time, he begins to wear on you. He begins to wear on you and everybody around you. I mean, good Lord, what the world type of relationship does him and Eric Spoelstra have to a Spoelstra slam this clipboard down? Like, dude, I am sick of your stuff. Like, man, that had been boiling up for a minute. And Haslem, I don't think him and Haslem are going to be barbecuing or having Christmas dinners anytime soon. It just seemed like the Jimmy Butler situation may be wearing on the Heat. And if we see Butler put on the trading block next offseason, I don't think any of us will be surprised. But now, as far as finishing up this season, well, we all know that team got pride over there. But just with that dramatic situation at all, the way we saw it boil over this week, I don't think that team is going far in the playoffs, man. Now they can shock me and make a return trip back to the finals. But if you're asking me right now, I just don't see that team getting too far in the playoffs. I don't see that team beating the Milwaukee. I don't see that team beating the Boston. I just don't see that team beating anybody that's closely knit and got more unity than they have right now. Milwaukee, Boston definitely got more unity. Philly, they gaining their unity. And Miami, out of the top 4 teams in the East, y'all about the least favorite to me. And after that situation we saw last week, you just adding fuel to the fire of you guys being the least favorite. But who knows? Stranger things have happened.
All right, Armani, your quick thoughts about the Heat real quickly.
So what I know about Jimmy Buckets, especially when he spent his time in Philly, is that he's kind of a diva.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's a diva, and you know, in my opinion, teams get tired of that. Especially basketball teams, you got to put up with it 82. It's one thing to put up with it in football because it's only 17 games. When you have to put up with that for 82 games, pretty much half the year, you know, Coach Spoelstra probably got tired of it and probably put his foot down and said, "Look, this is my team. We're gonna run the plays how I want to run it, and we're gonna run the team how I want to run it. And if you got a problem with that, you can get gone." So it's obvious that Jimmy Buckets he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but he has a personality issue. He just has a personality issue. And, you know, teams get tired of it. If he's on the trade, like Red said, if he's on the trading block next year, I wouldn't be surprised because teams get tired of that. You're breaking up the team's unity. Like you said, all these other teams got unity right now. That just showed on Front Street that, look, Miami might not be that team because Jimmy Buckets is the odd man, you know. Maybe he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of deal. So, you know, you just never know.
Coach, jump in there real quickly.
Man, Jimmy Butler was a fortunate man to have those Heat players and coaches between him because he doesn't know about Haslam. Haslam, one of them guys, he don't have to get ready because he stay ready. If he had jumped up and Butler got close to him, he would have knocked Butler's jaw loose. Butler wouldn't be playing for a while. He'd be out the playoffs with a fractured jaw. So lucky for Butler, he didn't get close to him because UD was leaning over there like, say what? Come on. Quietly, he'll tell him, come on over here.
Butler stood up too. He ain't even want to have none of it.
I can end your career right now. But so Butler, like I said, probably won't be there next year. Who knows? They're men defensive just to get it right for the playoffs. How far can they go in the playoffs will be up to them. And Spoelstra, this is where you're going to earn your coaching job right here, brother, to get all this ironed out if you want to try to win a championship.
Okay. And I'm going to kind of go along the line of Amari Storer because prior to this incident, we did not really hear much of anything about Jimmy Butler being a strain on the organization and things of that nature. I think it was just, as the late, great Aaliyah once saying, just one of them days. And, so I think this is just a blip, not anything to be really serious about, because since that happened, it happened around Tuesday or Wednesday, we haven't heard really any residue that has lingered from that particular situation. So, I think the Miami Heat, they'll be fine. I think this is just a little blip. What I do think Jimmy Butler understands is that his foolishness will not be tolerated. And he's not there with those young guys like he punked in Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins, like he punked a little bit, Ben Simmons a little bit in Philadelphia. Udonis Haslam, even though he's not much of a basketball player anymore, he's still a grown man. And he is there to protect the team and protect Eric Spoelstra. So I think Jimmy Butler's going to think twice because Udonis Haslam is about that life. He comes from straight hood in Florida.
Yep.
He
One of Dade County originals, baby.
He's about that life. And I think Jimmy Butler knows how to pick his battles. He's a smart guy. He may try to act like he's aloof and bully, but he knows when to step back.
That's why he stood up when he saw Haslam getting real heated. He like, let me stand up and just ease myself on out of here. You saw it was kind of subtle. He stood up like he was ready to take on him. No, he stood up because he wanted to ease himself out of that situation, boy. He got on that court real quick. And he probably was shocked that Spo followed him out on the court because he probably kept talking and Spo said, what you say? Man, come here. Threw that clipboard down like, oh, we ain't letting that go at all. So whatever he said to Spo, what I heard he said now, this is what I heard he said, you guys. I heard he told Spo, Rev, you might have heard this too. Yeah. He told Spo that you ain't, that D Wade or somebody made you, or like you ain't nothing without D Wade. And man, I think that's what set Spo off, boy. Like, what? I ain't there without D Wade. Threw that clipboard down. Like, look here, sucker. I just made it to the finals with your sorry butt 2 years ago when we got beat by LeBron and his little COVID team. So what you mean? I ain't nothing without D Wade, man. I don't know, whatever, man. It was just a little bit entertainment. But Rev, I agree with you. It might be a blip because had this happened in Laker Nation, we probably still be hearing about all the aftermath and whatnot 2-3 days later. We ain't heard a blip about it since it happened. So,
but notice again.
How you doing, Kelly?
Hey, Kelly. Haslam said all he needed to say. Haslam did this. If he had on glass, he done like this. Hey man, what you gonna do? I don't know what you talk. What you gonna do? You know, talk all that talking. You got if they had partied like the Red Sea. Oh my gosh, man, please. It's been over.
Yeah. But Butler ain't no devil. He made sure to keep some people in front of him.
Eric told Butler told Eric that he makes his potato salad.
I don't know why that's so funny.
You're crazy, man. Why you wild?
Oh
man. And then Murray said Haslam was a former Golden Gloves boxer.
You don't want no problems with
Yeah. Jimmy B don't want none of them problems, no doubt about it. All right, gentlemen, let's transition, man. We're about that time for halftime. We've had a great show. I want to thank Coach and the fellas for holding it down. And we're glad to have Armani here today. So let's go ahead on and crank up the halftime music. Let's do this. First half is over. We'll come back. Second half, we'll talk a little more March Madness, a little bit more NBA. Then y'all know we're going to be talking about what happened in the ATL, shorty. Man,
you know you're so happy.
We'll be right back after we pay the bills. And we are back for the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show, coming to you with some real sports talk. So we're looking forward to having a great time. Second half. Oh, Rev, a Falcons fan again. Ah, stay tuned.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
You better hope certain people don't come on the show, Real.
Hey, I don't care. Let them come. I got some. Let them come. I'm a grown man. I'll explain what I explain. I told everybody I was an emotionless Falcons fan until Matt Ryan is gone. So I never said I stopped being a fan. I just wasn't affected by them losing. I conditioned myself for worse. What'd you say, Coach?
I said, all right, Rev Haslam. You talking about you can bring it on.
Hey, man, I'll throw them sports debate elbows if I have
But
to.
or Robert may not be here, but Jerome might be lurking around.
Come on, Jerome. Come on, Rome. I'm ready.
You know, Rome been in his feelings for like a week, so hey, he'll be around.
He'll be around. I know. He'll be lurking real soon. All right, here we go, man. Let's go this 5 for 5. We got 5 good topics, and then we'll just leave the Matt Ryan topic as the last topic where we can just be free and talk for a little while how we really feel. So let me go ahead on and cue the music before.
I thought I did that last week. I got more ranting to do.
Before the VP gets me, so let me get the five on the music, and let's do it. Here we go, gentlemen. We got 5 topics, everybody. Each person will have 1 minute to discuss how they feel about it. After that, we'll go to Revenite Nation, see what y'all commented on, and then we'll close it out if we have any other time left. Just for the gentlemen, you will be solo shot for 45 seconds. Once that shot turns into the 4-person shot that we have, that means you have 15 seconds left. As Red knows, once you go over a minute, you will get muted. All right? Everybody. Here we go. Going back to March Madness. Coach K, will he go out on top? Armani, what says you, sir?
Yeah, I'm gonna say he probably will. I mean, sometimes that's just what it is. When it's a coach's last year, the players go out and it's emotion that's built up and it's driving them to compete and to win and wanting for their historic coach to finish out on top. So, Coach K, this is your moment. This is your time to show that you are the best college basketball coach to ever coach the sport.
Red, what say you, sir? Is Coach K going out?
I say he will almost go out on top. He'll make it to the final game, and it'll be a heartbreaking disappointment for Coach K to lose right there in his last game ever. Oh, man. Coach K lose your last game ever? Well, it won't be no big deal. He lost his last game ever at Cameron Indoor, so you might as well lose your last game ever in the tournament. But they'll make the final game. He's going to beat UNC next week to make the final game. And, hey, we're going to have a final game to remember. It's going to be all about Coach K. And guess what? He's going to lose that game. So the final game going to be all about Coach K. We're going to have the Coach K memories. We're going to have all the Coach K timeline. And when we get to that game, guess what? The University of Miami going to whoop that tail. Oh!
Wow, Coach!
Man, please. Coach K is one of the greatest coaches of all time. I mean, you can't knock his record for what he did. But I'm guaranteeing he won't make the finals right here today. He will not make the finals. He's going to lose out. And there is the Coach K reign, or whatever you call it. And he'll go out still as one of the greatest, but he won't make the finals.
So, real quick before we go to Revenite Nation, you made a bold declaration. Red said Miami's going to beat them in the finals. Who's going to beat them? And
he better not run into Carolina. He better not run into Carolina. He better go out against Arkansas.
Oh, boy.
Coach is feeling real strong these days about Carolina. Well, okay, here we go. Some of us are waiting for a hallelujah chant from you, Rev, since Matt Ryan is gone.
Be patient, Maurice.
The rest will ensure that he makes it to the Final Four, but he'll lose in the end. Vincent Woodruff, the planets are aligning for this to happen for the biggest Just for Men user this site of the Mississippi. Coach K wins, champagne poured on his head, the grave finally revealed. That's
Hey,
great commentary, BP.
LeBron need to use some of that.
Duke is not losing. They're going to make sure Coach K leads the game with the dub. That's Kelly Kell. Red Rose calling it Duke-Miami final game. UM as the victors. Red poo-pooing on Coach K for the final time.
Yep, just one more time, Coach.
All right. And then he said LeBron needs chia bet on the seat.
Oh, my God.
All right, gentlemen, on to the next topic. We're talking the Grizzlies. Who would ever thought we'd be talking the Memphis Grizzlies this far into the season? They have gone 16-2 without their best player, Ja Morant. They're sitting pretty to be one of the top contenders in the West. Are they for real? Can y'all answer that question for me? Red, it's on you, brother. Let me crank up the music, and then you tell us if they're for real or not. Let's go.
Let's go.
What you got?
Oh, man. This team is really impressive. The most impressive stat is the one Rev just made. 16-2 without that energetic superstar Ja Morant. Now, are they ready for the big time to make a big time run in the Western Conference? Well, without Ja Morant, they're not going to be. You got to have Ja Morant back. I know his knee has been hurting. He's going to be out for the next 2 weeks, so you got to get your boy back. But these young kids are really impressive, from Jaren Jackson Jr. to the three-point guy. I forgot his name, Desmond Bain. But these guys, I mean, the whole team, the coaching staff, former Hawks assistant coach Taylor, last name not on me right now, but these guys have really impressed me. Second seed in the West. Are they ready to make a huge run? I don't think all the way to the finals, but definitely not a first round exit, maybe a second round appearance. They definitely impressed me, though.
Well, Bane didn't beat Batman in the movie, and Bane won't help him win this one. They're gonna contend, of course. They play like they don't care, and they're not scared of anybody. But a few losses coming in that tournament against those established teams who've been there and know how the playoffs are and know the pressure is gonna take over, and they're gonna fall out, and then they'll be back. They're gonna be contending for years to come, but they won't win it this year.
Armani.
I agree with everything Coach said. I mean, they're playing with without their best player, going 16-2. But right now their youth will catch up to them once they start running into the big boys of the West. Phoenix, you know what I mean? I would, but we already know how that's going. They're just right now the youth. They're just too young right now. I give them about another year, then they'll be ready. They'll be ready for the next 2-3 years. But right now, not yet.
All right, and the VP said the Ja effect. I love that young squad. I think they are a regular season contender. It remains to be seen if they are built for the playoffs. Let's remember, 7-game series matter.
Yeah.
And role players will be exposed more because teams will be locking in on every weakness of a team when you play in a 7-game series. So rest assured, the Grizzlies would not win a playoff series without Ja Morant. Mm-hmm. That looks good in the regular season when teams are traveling. Teams got people taking the night off. But in the playoffs, when every game counts and they lock in on all of your deficiencies, I don't know if the Memphis Grizzlies are really ready yet. I think they need another star player to go along Ja Morant. I like Brother Jackson, but they need a little bit more help for Ja in the playoffs. So I could see easily somebody eclipsing the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. Because I don't know if they're built for the playoffs. All right, Alexis Hill said they may go to the conference finals. He said they're gearing up for a run.
I don't know about that far, Alexis.
Yeah, down the road. And Memphis is playing with confidence, and that could be a good thing. Come playoff time, they'll be a tough out. We'll see.
Not without Morant, they won't be.
Exactly. No doubt about that, Red. All right, let's move on to the next 5 for 5. We know the QB draft seems not to be as it was last year, but momentum is picking up. You got Brother Pickett, who played at
Pittsburgh,
Pitt, who has a big arm. Malik Willis, people are raving about from Liberty University and started his career at Auburn. And then you got brother from Mississippi, Matt Corral, who messed up his ankle, looked like it is pro day. They said his ankle seems to be all right. So he may creep back into the first round, but right now he's projected to be a second round pick. With that being said, if you were picking as a GM for a team and you need a quarterback, who you going with? Go with it, Coach.
I'm already going with Malik Willis. He done sat down and ate hot wings with Coach Tomlin. I'm going with Malik Willis. He done had dinner with him. They went to his pro day. They raved about it. They see his arm strength. They see what he can do with mobility. So I'm gonna go Willis because little hands Pickett. No, and what's his name? And Corral with his wing is being clipped with that ankle. No, and who else up there? Nobody
Ritter.
else up there but those three.
Desmond Ritter.
Ritter, second round pick. Second round. He ain't going first round. I'm sorry. He'd be a good second round pick. He ain't going first. And those three are the front runners. So I'm gonna go with Willis.
Armani, who would you be picking?
It'll be, Malik Willis. I mean, honestly, this kid has a crazy arm, crazy athletic ability, and he can fit a lot of schemes that's being ran in the NFL nowadays. Let's remember now, the days of the pocket passing quarterback, they look like they're coming to an end. So teams should keep that in their minds. When you talk about, picking the best quarterback that you can get, Malik Willis, no injury problems, can throw the ball deep, can throw it with accuracy, can throw it on the run. I'm picking Malik Willis.
Red.
Nice you remember all the Malik Willis attributes of mine. It seemed like you practiced that. But I'm with these guys. Malik Willis would be the guy I would pick first, especially now when it comes to the guys, you gotta think what team and what system fits each guy the best. Now, if we're talking about my Falcons, obviously I go with Malik Willis, being that without offensive line problems, you need a guy more mobile, you need a guy with a more dual threat possibility. Now, with my Falcons, the fact that we have an offensive mind at the head coach position, I would feel comfortable with Pickett. Even though he's small hands Pickett, he's big arm Pickett too. And that can go well with Kyle Pitts and the receiver we get over there. So I will be comfortable with Pickett. I want Malik Willis. Corral is just I don't think we even looking at Corral. And because his injury problems are going to ensure that he's the third quarterback selected. Now, Corral is going to be a good for a program, but he just got to stay healthy. Those injuries, his ankle problems are going to affect him early on. But once he gets that corrected, his big arm and mind is going to help the teams too. So like we said, I'm with Coach. Those first three guys are going to be deal breakers. They will help the teams that pick them. I'm hoping for Malik Willis with my Falcons, but if we miss out on Willis and we get Pickett, I will be comfortable with Pickett and Pitts. Okay, so I'm just letting that be known. Oh, crap. Oh, you guys, they just won't let me be great today, will they? Anyway, I will be comfortable with Pickett and Willis for my Falcons. But those three guys are going to be the top three guys. I'm with Coach Rittler as a second round pick. Nobody else is even worth talking about.
All right. The VP says Malik Willis. Give him a shot. He could be a sleeper.
This content.
Hold on right quick, Coach. If you're a Falcons fan, just trade Matt Ryan. Do you want Malik Willis as a sleeper?
No. No, because
a sleeper? What do you mean a sleeper?
I mean, we got I mean, when you think about sleeper, as in is he going to
surprise? people.
He could surprise people because a lot of people don't think very highly of Malik. Oh, because he didn't play against top tier competition. Oh, well, because he didn't do this in college, he didn't win the Heisman. How many Heisman Trophy quarterbacks have we seen coming to the NFL and get that beat in? How many?
I know one that's coming in next year is going to get beat in.
Here we
Not
go.
going today.
I'm just playing, but you're right.
That could happen, Red. I mean, it could happen when you stop putting expectations on these players as rookies. The better off you'll be. Get the guy that fits your system, and just go out and give it a try. You can find a jewel in any round. Tom Brady was a 6th round draft pick. Development and scheme. That's what it's all about.
So I agree.
Hold on, let me ask somebody this. So are you saying that you're willing to take him at 8 as a Falcons fan?
I'll take him at 8. And here's my thing. If he's there at 8, and I know the two teams behind me aren't picking a quarterback, I'll trade back.
The only problem is somebody can move up. Like say
you are right about that.
Steelers.
You are right about that. But if you're really in love with Malik Willis, go ahead and get him. Commit to your plan. If I'm Terry, I'm committing to my plan. You just traded away Matt Ryan. We all know Marcus Mariota isn't, he's a bridge quarterback. He can't even play a full season. So if you want your guy, get your guy.
Best believe if he's sitting there at 8, I best believe the Falcons are gonna take him. He is not getting Malik Willis ain't getting past the Falcons at no 8. I promise you that.
They're not gonna take him. Their history shows they're not gonna take him. They don't want a black quarterback, and I just call it like it is. Now, if Malik Willis was 6'4", oh no doubt he might be the first player off the board. But since he's 6 feet, that's holding back a lot of teams from picking him.
I thought he was 6'2".
No. He's not that tall, 6 feet.
I don't know about that one, Coach. I'm about to check that. I don't know if he's 6 feet. I think he's 6'2", 6'3".
6'3". No, he'd be off the board if he was 6'3".
But the Falcons gonna get a quarterback. It's either gonna be Pickett or Willis. Now I ain't really heard about our people being down at Willis Pro Day. Not saying they wasn't there. I know they was at Pickett Pro Day, but right now, if you had to ask me who I think the Falcons would take, they would probably take Pickett. Right now, if I had to choose.
Okay, yeah, you're right, Coach. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
He come to the Steelers anytime at 20. But the Falcons,
I don't think he's gonna be there. I don't think only quarterback I think is gonna be left at 20 is Matt Corral.
If I were the Steelers, I would get Matt Corral. He's the type of kid that would flourish in Pittsburgh. He's gutsy. He's a tough kid. I'm not really sold on Malik Willis at 8. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, I'm more.
Well, he's gonna be stretching, drafting all these guys. So I mean, I understand what folks saying, but none of these guys are number 1 picks. Wherever you draft them, it's gonna be reaching. So, but if you need a quarterback, if you're looking for the next era to begin. You might have to take them at 8. I mean, that's where you drafting. I mean, like you say, you're not sure teams gonna come up behind you and trade up to get them. If you try to trade back thinking you're gonna be creative and get them at a later round, it'll be some team will jump over you because we all know Carolina want them. I'm saying you just don't want a team that you have to play against to jump over you, grab them, and then you back looking like the Falcons again. Be like, well, I thought he was gonna fall. Well, nothing. You want them. Take them.
Well, the thing about it is if the Carolina Panthers really want them, then the Carolina Panthers will get them before the Falcons because they picked before the Falcons.
Yep.
I think they want to try to fix their O-line too, but they see Carolina trying to be sneaky too.
Yeah, because their GM came out this morning or last night saying that they're committing to Sam Darnold. I'm not buying that at all. I'm not buying it.
If Malik Willis is their dude, they're gonna get a mess.
That's not what they say.
I agree with that. Falcons might have to jump over Carolina, but like y'all said, do we want to start trading picks now to go up to get the guy? I don't want to trade nothing to go up to get him.
You got too many holes to trade them picks.
Armani,
Exactly.
what did you say, Armani, about Sam Darnold?
the GM commit to saying that they're planning on Sam Darnold being the starter. I don't buy that.
No, you heard them wrong. They said they committing Sam Darnold. They didn't say anything about they committed to him. Sam Darnold. He won't be around.
That's funny. That's funny. Coach to put the death nail on him, boy. Goodness gracious.
I can agree with that. That's what he deserved to be committed.
All right, gentlemen. Now let's go on. I'm gonna give y'all 90 seconds on these next two topics before we have a little dialogue. We're going with the Desean Watson fiasco. We learned late Saturday, or was it late Saturday, or was it Friday?
Friday.
Last week?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, you're talking about his decision?
Yeah.
It was Friday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Friday.
We already talked about it, right?
No, but they had another grand jury let him decide.
All right, real quickly, man, your thoughts about
And he had his
press conference. There we go. Okay, I was trying to understand the relevance of this and that's probably a downfall of mine because I didn't make the pregame meeting. But nevertheless, let's go. I got 5 on it. Red, I think, Armani's back on you. Your thoughts, man, about Desean Watson being presented to the Cleveland media. How did he handle himself? How did the organization handle themselves? Your thoughts. Go with it.
I think he handled himself pretty well. Considering everything that's going on, Desean, you shouldn't be trusting anybody. You need to keep your head down and stay focused. Don't go to practice, go home, repeat. Go to practice, go home, repeat. That's the only thing you should be thinking about right now. Keep your head down and on the swivel. Because some of the fans there are not even happy that you're there. Don't say nothing out the way. Don't do nothing out the way. Home. Considering everything that's going on, Desean, you shouldn't be trusting anybody. You need to keep your head down and stay focused. Don't go to practice, go home, repeat. Go to practice, go home, repeat. That's the only thing.
All right. Go ahead, Coach. What you got?
You look at Desean. Desean is saying he didn't do anything. Now, Desean, be careful. Be careful. Now, you said they got you no charges against you, but some people have suggested that with your $200 and whatever $1 million, cut a few checks and let it go away. Now, should you do that? Yeah, I would. Let it go away then. But you saying you're innocent, somebody gonna keep digging. And they're going to try to find something on you. So, hey, don't say too much now. You already free for the law, so don't say anything else. Just say, I'm happy to be a Cleveland Brown. That's all.
Red.
It's that press conference he had yesterday. It seems like he said already too much that they can bury him with. First, he said he's completely innocent. You can't be completely innocent, dude, because you already admitted to sleeping with some of these women. So some of their allegations are true. Then he say, I wasn't raised like that. I was raised by my mom and my 2 aunties. Dude, what does that have to do with anything? Who cares that you were raised by your mom and 2 aunties? That supposed to mean you incapable of committing crimes or something? A lot of criminals in the world are raised by single mothers. Shoot, being raised by a single mother, some of the reasons these guys commit crimes with no fathers in their lives and whatnot. So that was a bad look, Desean. Really, that press conference was really just bad, dude. You said a lot of stuff that people can come back and throw back in your face. So whatever your plan is, I'm like, Coach, you may need just less is more. Keep it silent. Whatever you want to do, work out a deal with these women and move on. The best thing for Desean Watson is to move on from this situation as quickly as possible. Go through your suspension, work out a settlement. Just get away from this situation as quickly as possible. Because, dude, you just adding more fuel to whatever fire you already burning in. And Falcons may have dodged the bullet on this one right here.
All right, let's see. Reverend Knight Nation, so I'm going to comment on just a second. Desean, do not take Baker's advice. Lieutenant Sonar, that was the best ventriloquist impression I've ever seen. Desean be ready to sign some checks, keep that trap shut. Civil is different from criminal. Shut your black mouth up. Keep your head down. Deal with the civil mess and move on. Be thankful that you still have a football career.
Yeah, dude, you talking too much.
I got mixed emotions. I got mixed emotions on that.
Mixed.
Because we're treating him as if he's guilty, trying to become not guilty. And we don't know what happened. I mean, if the man feels convicted, he didn't do anything, then I can't blame him for saying I didn't do anything wrong. Now, Red, I'm gonna have to correct you. Just because you had sex with somebody don't mean you raped them.
No, because I know. But I'm saying he was like he was denying everything, and I'm like, you can't deny all when it's like he was denying anything happened.
He was denying the charges. I don't think he may have denied that he may have had relations with some of the women.
Okay, I hope not now, because we all know that happened.
Relations.
Desean have a relation. Desean have a relation.
I'm crazy.
I believe.
I ain't trying to hate Real. Not trying to hate up Desean and his action. Now I want nobody to think that.
No, I'm not saying you hating. I just think we got to make sure we clarify that just because you engage romantically or physically with somebody doesn't necessarily mean that they did wrong. I mean, we got to remember the plot, and you know, I'm a preacher, so I look at context, right? So it just amazed me that after he talked about wanting to leave Houston, all of these charges just came out of the air.
Now, that is true. I mean, it came out of nowhere.
Where he was starting to set a precedent for football, because we know in basketball, when player says I'm gone, you know, he pretty much gonna get his wish. And here the owners, I think, were staunch and set the tone like, look, this action ain't gonna happen in the NFL like it goes down in the NBA. And all of a sudden, the minute he started talking about leaving Houston, then all these charges come up. You know what I'm saying? And I think Desean may be able to save his wallet because now he has an owner who's going to do everything he can do to help Desean. You don't empty the farm to not support the player you just traded for. That just goes back to Arthur Blank and Mike Vick. If Mike Vick had just told Arthur Blank the truth, Mike would not have gone to prison.
Nope.
Mike might have had a small suspension, but he wouldn't have been out the league for a couple of years, because at the end of the day, these guys are putting too much money into these players for them not to be playing. Think about Cleveland's owner just gave this man a guarantee of $200+ million. Do you think he's not going to do everything he can do to help that man be on that football field?
And Jimmy Haslam, he ain't the most honest owner himself. He got a little, you know, let's just say, I'm trying to think of the word I can use here. He got a little edginess to him himself. So
exactly. He's not about to make that kind of trade and investment in Desean and not be able to, and not going to fight for him. I just think that Desean, if he is if he's convicted based on his convictions that he didn't do anything wrong, then he's doing the right thing, not opening up his pocketbook. Because if I'm truly believing I didn't do nothing wrong, I'm gonna do the same thing. And he got the extra money now to defend himself.
Yeah,
you know, and then he's gonna get the support that billionaire owner in Cleveland. He gonna help him out with any legal.
Oh yeah. Haslam know about this. He have his own issues. And that guy that was in Houston, yeah, you're right. Haslam and McNair's two different type of white guys.
Different. McNair look at these black boys as property.
Yeah.
You know,
Haslam look at them as business associates.
Business associates, exactly. Exactly. So that's a huge difference. Now, Red, before we move on to the topic that everybody wants to hear us talk about, why do you say the Falcons dodged the bullet? Might have dodged the bullet, as Kelly said.
Well, it seemed like once he went to Cleveland and he made a deal, it just seemed like you say, we had another case come out. We had, even though it's already been decided, I think they just dismissed it. But you just know, with all these different allegations, you just don't know. And like you say, we didn't even know this about Deshaun Watson before this stuff dropped. So who knows what other skeletons are lurking in this guy's closet? I'm just saying. We just don't know. Well, we thought we knew him in the past. After this press conference, I'm not so sure. And if anything else come out from this situation or more with Deshaun Watson, then yeah, I really say, because after Michael Vick, that's the last thing the Falcons need is another black quarterback going through more legal or dramatic issues when we need to be focusing on winning the Super Bowl and not what's going on off the field, but most of what's going on the field.
Well, I'm gonna say, from a draft capital, the Falcons dodged a bullet because they did not have the draft capital to make such a move. Like, they need all their picks for this year and next year to become a formidable team. So, from a trading aspect, even though I would have loved to see Deshaun Watson in the black and red, because that's a better makeup than having Matt Ryan back there, and I'm just glad Matt Ryan ain't back there no more. So I'm good with the situation. And I'm even better that the Falcons did not give up any draft picks, because they need all their draft picks to put together a formidable team. So I'll agree from a draft standpoint that they dodged the bullet, because they did not have the assets that Cleveland had, and like the same thing, we didn't talk about it, but they didn't have the assets like the Miami Dolphins, who got Tyreek Hill. That's a lot that they gave up. But since we're talking about trading, the next topic, Matt Ryan was traded to the Indianapolis Colts. I was in NOLA at the Riverwalk doing a little shopping, and I saw on one of the TVs, breaking news, Matt Ryan traded to Indy. I dropped my bags, and I said, celebrate good times, baby. Yes! 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 That trash is out of Atlanta. Yes, baby. Yes. People were looking at me as if I were crazy, but I was celebrating good times. I had to stop where I was, dropped my bags, got on Facebook. The trash has been emptied to Indy. Give it up, baby. Christmas came early. Christmas came in March, baby. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Told you he'd be celebrating too, because you scared he's going to end up in Pittsburgh.
I sure was.
No, man. Nobody has to deal with Matt Ryan on their team. Hey, Rev, let's discuss all the funny comments afterwards. Like, the Indy is all of a sudden a Super Bowl contender now. And like, oh, Matt Ryan is going to make the Falcons pay. Whoa, we're so scared of Matt Ryan's revenge over here. I tell you, I thought Falcon fans were delusional before. But all of this, Indy about to win a Super Bowl. Indy the number one team in the AFC now. Look out, because Indy can't be beat. Who's Indy's quarterback?
Foolishness.
Matt Ryan.
Thank you.
Rev, you missed the party at the Blue Flame. They had a Matt Ryan going away party.
Oh, man. I don't go to the strip club, but I might at least go into the parking lot of the strip club.
Might have peeked your head in the area. You said it might have peeked your head in the door.
I might peek my head in the door just to witness getting rid of that trash, man. I mean, okay, let's get back to sports talk. Now everybody want to talk about look, he's gonna do something in Indy. Do y'all see how many stud quarterbacks they have in AFC?
Oh yeah.
Do you think he's better than Pat Mahomes?
No.
Josh Allen?
Nope.
No.
Russell Wilson?
Nope.
No.
I mean, come on, man. That's who he is up
Keep going.
when he goes into the playoffs. This ain't Baker Mayfield. This man is going – he may win his division. I'll give him that.
Oh, God.
Hey.
You got the Texans who are tanking. You got the Jaguars, and the Titans are on the decline. All right, so he may very well win the division. But when he has to go up against Justin Herbert, you know, he's not better than Justin Herbert. There are too many quarterbacks who are better than Matt Ryan for him to really make any Super Bowl noise in the AFC. And if by chance he pulls off a miracle, I'll be one of the first to say happy for you. But even if he won a Super Bowl with Indy, I'm glad he's out the black and red, because that wasn't going to happen in the black and red, because it's best for him that he went to a team that was built in spite of him. So he's a piece rather than the pie.
Exactly.
And the Falcons had him as the pie, trying to find pieces to put with that pie, and we saw that none but L's came with trying to put pieces with that pie.
Exactly. Because he ain't the most important piece.
You know, you got a better, offensive line. You got a better defense that was already orchestrated in Indy to take on somebody as suspect as Matt Ryan.
Suspect nice.
So, Armani, you've been quiet now. What are your thoughts? You're a Falcons fan.
I'm happy, man, because, I mean, for one, Arthur and Terry, when they first got hired, they told their story about what was going to happen with Matt Ryan when they got here. Every time somebody posed a question about, well, how do you feel about Matt? I mean, what do you think about Matt Ryan? Matt know how we feel about him. He know how we feel about him. That right there told me everything I needed to know. Matt Ryan was going to either get out of there the last year or this year. Now, not only that, during the season, Arthur Smith and Matt Ryan had screaming matches on the sideline
about what was going to happen with Matt Ryan when they got here.
With that being said,
every time somebody posed a question about, well, how do you feel about Matt? I mean, what do you think about Matt Ryan? Matt know how we feel about him.
Armani, man, you got this echo reaction, man. You sure the Army ain't looking? I mean, the armed forces ain't.
Is it still echoing?
All right, go with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Try it again.
But the writing was on the wall. It was time. They're not committed. They didn't draft Matt Ryan, so they weren't committed to Matt Ryan, and they want their guy. They want their own guy to come in there and win for them. So, and it was just Matt Ryan's 30 years old. Father Time is going to get us all one day. So, with that being said, I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad that we moving on to something else. So, it was just time. And then all these fans saying, oh, well, we treated Matt Ryan so bad. If paying somebody $275 million over the course of 14 years is treated bad, I want to be treated bad.
Exactly.
I want to be treated real bad.
Exactly.
So on top of that, Arthur Blank knew in his heart of hearts. It was hard for Arthur Blank. I'm going to say that. It was probably hard for him. He was like, man, I got to let these guys do what they want to do and build the team the way they want to build it and not just doing it my way. So, and this goes back to Thomas Dimitroff when he said, Arthur Blank told me to make Matt and Julio Falcons for life. Arthur Blank has finally smelled the coffee and said that motto is no more because that motto don't exist. So it was time, and I'm happy we got rid of him. Now it's just time to start rebuilding and building back up again.
Red, what do you think about the $40 million cap hit that comes with trading Matt Ryan this year?
Oh, well, we were gonna have to take it eventually, one way or another. That's what happened when you pay out these huge quarterback contracts. Eventually, the piper comes due. Eventually, you're gonna have to pay the piper. So, but I'm kind of glad that we're paying it this year. Let's get it on out the way in a year we're not expecting too much, and that way in 2023 we'll have extremely amounts of cap space, and we'll be ready to make a move. Whether build around the quarterback we just got in the draft, or put some pieces on the team to be prepared for the quarterback when we finally get him. So, like I say, it's up to Terry to use the cap space he's getting, and it's up to him to make these next two drafts to pick the right pieces. But I think with the right moves, we'll be on our way back real soon.
All right, Coach, you don't have a dog in this fight, so you can speak from a sober perspective. Your thoughts about Ryan going to Indy? Hold on, Coach. Go ahead.
He ain't coming to Pittsburgh. We don't have to worry about him coming to Pittsburgh. All those rumors are dead now. And guess what? You go to Indianapolis, like I said, he probably make the playoff. But what you gonna do? We had to go in against one of those defenses that were ready for you. What you gonna do when you had to go against one of those AFC defenses that's coming for you? You know, you about as movable as a statue outside the Crypto.com arena. You can't move.
Yeah.
You gonna have your hand up like Kareem, getting ready to throw the ball. Bam! They gonna knock you out. It's Matt Ryan. You ain't coming to Pittsburgh. Yes.
So you're not even thinking about it from Indy's perspective. You're just thankful that Pittsburgh was relieved from having the Matt Ryan experience.
I'm trying to figure out. I guess Indy just and somebody said, just like Vincent said, Indy keeps bringing in quarterbacks. Look like he just keeps auditioning quarterbacks. Carson Wentz, Phillip Rivers. None of them are mobile. Carson Wentz was a little mobile, but he couldn't hold on to the ball. He couldn't do anything. You bringing a different quarterback in every year. You think Matt Ryan is going to be the right fit at 37?
Well, the problem with Indy is they win too many games each year to be in position to get a potential future quarterback. And that's where you run the risk of hurting your franchise when you're winning 9 and 10 ball games. You know, like the Falcons would do. They would be terrible. Then they want to go on this 5 out of 6 winning streak, and then you messing up your draft status.
Yeah.
Well, you know who to blame for that is.
Matt Ryan.
No, I'm talking about for Indy.
Who's that?
Andrew Luck.
Well, yeah, he set the franchise back by retiring early.
Yeah, because they was building this team that they have now around him.
Yeah.
And now when he retired, now you end up looking for a quarterback, and the last 3 years haven't worked out. But you got this team, you got the running back, you got this team ready to win now, but you're missing the quarterback position.
The best thing that Matt Ryan has for him going to Indy is that they have a solid running attack, and that he should be able to, play well playing off play action.
Who is wide?
Huh?
Who is wide out?
We got Pittman.
One.
T.Y.
Hilton can't stay on the field. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, they need some weapons. There's no doubt about it. But
I heard old Julio trying to get over there with his hurt self.
Mac is that dude though in the running game. Mac is that dude.
Yeah.
Not Mac. Jonathan Taylor.
I mean Jonathan Taylor. My bad. Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, he's that dude.
Real thinking of the old running back, Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack, yeah. But Jonathan Taylor's that real deal out of Wisconsin. That dude is the real deal. So I think
he had Mike Turner for 4-5 years, and see how many rings we won with him. So
Indianapolis's line is built much better than the Falcons. I mean, we got to be honest about that. So
they got they got definitely probably the best offensive guard in the game, and definitely a few more pieces. So Falcons ain't never had no Pro Bowl or All Pro offensive lineman. I can't remember when.
Yeah, he wanted the opposite of Carson Wentz. That's a good take, Joe Black. All right, last question, then we'll go. Do you have the right So did the Falcons get enough for Matt Ryan?
No.
Did we get enough?
No. I
We
mean,
only got a 3rd round pick.
I would have got at least 2 seconds. But I think they were just going hope of getting rid of Matt Ryan. That they were just like, whatever. Give me a 3rd round pick. Y'all can have him. Let's just start the process now. Because the longer you wait to do something, the harder it's going to be. So, yeah, it was.
So you think his value was two second round picks?
2 second round picks, yeah.
Coach, you shook your head. What was Matt Ryan's value?
It was maybe a 2nd and 3rd round, maybe something like that. Don't get two 2nd round picks. No, Lord, man. But now I'm telling you, Matt Ryan, Pittsburgh would have given you a 6th round pick. You ain't coming to Pittsburgh.
And threw in a Reese's cup.
Probably try to get rid of one of them sorry players they don't want no more.
Yeah.
Red, did they get enough?
I kind of, he probably should have got maybe at least 2 picks. Maybe like Coach said, a 2nd round pick and a 3rd round pick. I doubt you would get a 1st round pick for old immobile noodle arm. You ain't getting no 1st round pick for him unless you just find some sucker of a GM. I mean, I know it's a sucker born every minute, but that would have to be one dumb GM to give up a 1st round pick for Matt Ryan. But he definitely was worth 2 picks now. I mean, come on. I'm gonna do what the delusional fans do, Real. Look at his stats. Look at his accomplishments. Look at all those stats and accomplishments. And all we get is a 3rd round pick. I told you, delusional Falcon fans, that all those stats and all those accomplishments ain't worth a you know what. We didn't get nothing for this guy. Absolutely nothing. And all those folks telling me Matt Ryan is so elite. Oh, Matt Ryan is not the main issue. Oh, this and all that. Well, all I got is a 3rd round piece of crap draft pick for your elite quarterback. So you hear me, you delusional Falcon fans? Y'all have once again been unvalidated. You hear me? Unvalidated. You don't know football. Most of you don't even know what you're talking about, okay? If Matt Ryan was so good, you would have had this team and that team lining up to get his butt. How many teams were knocking on the Falcons' door saying, please, Falcons, please give us Matt Ryan? 1, maybe 2. How many teams is it in the NFL? 32. So you got 30 teams that didn't give a hill of beans about that garbage we just sent to Indy. So once again, stop telling us how great a QB Matt Ryan is, okay? We let him go for a 3rd round pick. If we didn't get that for him, it probably would have been worse. So you see that, you delusional Falcon fans? Whatever you think about that guy, the truth will set you guys free.
But Rick,
hold on right quick. Let me just go ahead. Go ahead, Red. Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, but somebody was saying, and I'm wondering, is he a Hall of Fame quarterback? Some people will say yes. Some people say he did enough to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Some people say no, he's on the fence, but he won't wear a black and gold uniform in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, Coach, we're gonna have to mute you next time you bring a Steelers not getting Matt Ryan reference. I mean, so check this out. So I believe they got decent value for him. You just heard Coach say the Steelers would have given him a 6th round pick.
I would have declined
it. And so you got to remember, Fontenot has to say certain things. We'll never know what other teams had offers. Okay, you sometimes these GMs just say stuff to say stuff so they can make the fans feel a little bit better for the lack of value that they got for Matt Ryan. But let's look at this thing. He's 37, weak arm, not accurate,
immobile,
no mobility. Who's given 2 second-round picks for that?
Okay.
Let's look. See,
That makes sense.
we're I think Falcons fans were basing his value on these empty stats that he's been posting his entire career.
Exactly.
Right.
Not where he is right now. Right now, he's a quarterback that has not gone to the playoffs or led his team to the playoffs for 4 straight years.
Yep.
He
Break
has
it down,
shown
Real.
he is unable to carry a team. So how is he worth more than a 3rd-round pick when he has not shown he can carry a team even when he was at his peak? He has shown constantly he's not a closer. Could not close the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. Could not close the Super Bowl against the Patriots after having a big lead.
Carry a team.
Uh-oh.
So how is he worth more than a 3rd-round pick?
I think Red doing something over there.
That's Red. I told you.
That's Red, man. He keep going from screen to screen. So
told y'all.
he trying to type while he on the show. All right. But anyway, we'll bring Red back once he gets his camera settled. But he is who he is at age 37. Yeah. We're lucky to have gotten a 3rd-round pick for a guy that is probably a season or 2 away from retirement or being out the league.
Yep.
That's just the reality of the matter.
Yeah. Right.
So I am thankful for the 3rd-round pick. I am more thankful.
Gets his camera set.
Oh my goodness, Red. You got to mute your phone, man. Whatever device you got, man.
The disruptor.
The disruptor. Red is the disruptor. We'll try him one more time, man. We got to take the echo out, Red. The ghost of Matt Ryan strike. Lord have mercy. But we just got to be thankful, man. Yeah, you back, man. We just hope you're not the echo man anymore. Because something you're doing over there got the echo going on. But anyway.
What's going on with my Wi-Fi today? God, I had to be the one to mess up today.
Here's the question. Is Jimmy G worth more than Ryan? At this juncture, I would say yes. At this juncture, I would say yes. I wouldn't want either.
Yeah, he'll get more than the 3rd round.
Jimmy G is so terrible, man. Oh my Lord.
No, neither one.
I wouldn't get.
I don't know, Real. I don't know, y'all. I might take Matt Ryan over Jimmy G. I think I might take Matt Ryan over Jimmy G. I mean, with the Colts team behind you, talking about with the Colts?
Just in general.
With the Colts, we talking about with the Colts.
Just in general.
Oh no, in general, no, neither one really. But in general, I'll take Jimmy G because he's younger and got more upside. But if we just talking about with the Colts, I'll take Matt Ryan with the Indy Colts over Jimmy G. I don't know what's going on with my phones or my technology today. I usually be the #1 guy with technology. But mine eventually is gonna come to me. I promise you, next week I'll be ready, y'all. I apologize to everybody.
All right, man. Let's transition. We're about to close.
I don't even know if y'all heard that.
Yeah, we heard it. All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's close. It's time for me to end this. I've been embarrassed enough.
Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? Who wants at it first?
I'll go first. Freddie, you got the right to get you some new representation, dude, because your agents pretty much have cost you your Braves legacy in Atlanta, and I hope you don't get to the Dodgers and get all homesick and start crying and making trouble over there because you miss your boys in Atlanta. But, dude, you have the right to get some new agents because the ones you got have pretty much ruined ruined your Braves legacy, man. So, Freddie Freeman, do yourself a favor. Fire your agents and get some new representation, but you're probably on your last contract, so it probably won't even matter, dude. But your agents are horrible.
Just to let y'all know, the Chiefs just signed Ronald Jones, running back.
Wow.
Contract. Who has Who wants up next? Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Go ahead.
Who was that playing North Carolina today? St. Petersburg.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Okay. Because my group chat is going crazy with the UNC fans. So, and I'm tired of hearing they've been going crazy all week. I know I picked North Carolina to win, but St. Petersburg, if y'all upset North Carolina, I won't be mad at you. Because I'm tired of hearing the fans. So if you really want to do me a justice, I picked y'all to win. I don't care. Upset UNC and send them on their way. Because I'm tired of the group chat going crazy. And coach.
You won't be on this show next week. That's
Look at Coach pulling rank like that.
All right, Coach. Tell us why North Carolina has the right to do what they're going to do.
I'm not going with Carolina. No. I'm going with the tournament as a whole. As a whole, March Madness, you have the right to continue to give us games that we want to watch and not blowout. So hopefully these teams will play up to their capability. Whoever wins, as long as it's not any blowouts, as long as it's some good ball games that go down to the wire that are worth watching. Now, March Madness, you're bringing yourself back after missing last year, so you have to finish strong.
You're talking about 2 years ago, Coach.
2 years, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they played last year.
I should have never left my basement.
North Carolina and Duke, you all have the right to win your Elite Eight matchups so that we can possibly see you all play in the Final Four one more time. That would be a great way to send Coach K off with such a game of that nature. So both of you all have a right to win your Elite Eight games so that we can see a potential matchup between you two next week in the Final Four. With that being said, gentlemen, that's going to conclude episode 230 of the Red and Red Sports Show. I want to thank Coach for assuming the point at the very beginning of the show. I want to thank Armani for your presence. Red, we thank you for your presence in spite of your Wi-Fi issues. And we hope that by 2:31, it'll be corrected. Let's see what Rev Night Nation is saying before we log off real quick.
It's so embarrassing. God.
Jimmy is a hurt version of Ryan. At least Kyle knew who Jimmy was. Kyle found out the hard way that Ryan wasn't smart enough to throw the ball away. Don't take that sack. Coach Buzz, Jason Terry is on Red today. South Carolina women's basketball team, you have the right to beat the non-melanated out of the cream. Tell us how you really feel, VP, tomorrow night here in Greensboro. Let's go. UNC fans are like cowgirl fans. Every year it's their year.
Yeah.
Coach K has the right. Coach K has a right to start retirement tonight. Dang, man. The VP is slamming down the gavel to end another 5 session of the Red and Red Sports Show. Y'all be safe out there. Have a great weekend.
My Wi-Fi will be back next week.
Red has the right to pay
you.
Red has the right to pay his Xfinity bill.
You're going to regret those words, VP. I promise you, you won't get a chance to say that again.
Thank y'all for watching episode 230. We'll be back next Saturday, 11 o'clock, with episode 231. Peace and love, everybody. And we're out of here.